Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to learn a new English lesson from your writing practice book. Okay, so we are going to learn about letter D. Okay, this is our fourth class. So today we are going to learn about letter D. Okay, we are going to identify capital D, simple D, and also some new words starting with letter D. And we are going to discuss all the exercises given in your writing practice book. Okay, children, I hope you will enjoy this lesson along with me. So shall we start out our lesson for today? So children, this is our today's lesson. Okay, what is this letter? This is capital D. Okay, what is this letter, children? This is capital D, or we can call this as the big D, okay, or the capital D. Okay, so this is the capital D, big D, or we can also call this as the uppercase D. Okay, it is also called as the uppercase D. Okay, so it has three names, children. So the common name is what we usually use is the capital D, or we can call this as the big D. Okay, right. Now let us see which one is simple D, called as simple D. Okay, we are going to identify simple D. Okay, see this picture, children. This letter here given is called as the simple D, or we can call as small d, simple d, or we can also call this as the lowercase d. This letter also has three names. Okay, remember, simple d, small d, or lowercase d. The common one is what we usually use is simple d or small letter d. Okay, so children, now let us see how to write this capital and simple D in a video tutorial. I am going to teach you how to write these letters very neatly. Okay, go through this video carefully so you can write these letters neatly. Okay, children, first let us see how to write capital D. Okay, now you are going to write a line from top to bottom like this. Then you are going to draw a curve from the top line joining the bottom part. Okay, so you can see how the capital D is written. Okay, so children, now you can write capital D neatly. Okay, now let us see simple D. How to write this simple D neatly? What you have to do is you have to draw a curve, small curve like C, small c. Then you are going to draw a line from top to bottom and joining this curve. Okay, so you first drew a curve same like the simple C, then you are going to join that with a line. Okay, students, now let us identify the words starting with letter D. Okay, look and say. They have given the capital D and simple D and few words. Okay, there are 5 words given starting with capital D. Okay, so right, what are the words given? The first one is a dog. How do you pronounce it? Dog, D-O-G. Then the second picture is a duck, D-U-C-K. The second picture is a duck, okay, D-U-C-K. And the third picture is a drum, D-R-U-M, drum. Fourth one is a doe. Picture of a doe is given. Okay, doe. How do you pronounce it? Doe, D-O-O-R. And the last picture, that is the fifth one, is a deer. An animal, it is a deer. D-E-E-R, deer. Okay students, listen to me carefully and you are going to read aloud with me. Okay, dog, duck, drum, doe, deer. Okay, it is the third reading now, so you have to read aloud with me. Okay, listen to me carefully. So the first reading and the second reading is done and the third reading is going to start. Okay, you have to read aloud with me. Okay children, now read with me. Dog, dog. The second word is duck, duck. Okay, the third word is drum, drum. Okay, the fourth word is doe, doe. Okay, the final word is deer, deer. Okay, I hope the reading is very clear for you all. So we learned 5 words starting with letter D. Okay children, now let us go to the move on to the exercises. Okay, what have they given here? Trace the hidden letter and color the picture. You know what is the hidden letter by now? It is letter D. Okay, obviously it is D because we are learning today the letter D. Okay, you have to search out capital D and simple D's and you have to trace it. There are several capital D's inside this picture. It is hidden. You have to find it out. Okay, and you have to trace it in the dotted lines. Okay children. Okay, then you have to color the picture. Okay, there is a house and in the house there is a door. Okay, windows, 2 windows, and there is a girl, a daughter, and a dog is there, and I can see a duck. Okay, duck, and a donkey. I can see a donkey as well. Okay, there are 2 ducks, right? I can see 2 ducks here, and a drum is given. Okay, see these words too are starting with letter D. Okay, shall I repeat it again? Doe, donkey, dog, duck, drum, doll, daughter. Okay, I can see this inside this picture. They are also starting with letter D, right? I'm going to repeat it again. Listen to me carefully. Doe, doll, daughter, duck, donkey, dog, drum. Okay children, we have learned so many new words starting with letter D by now. Okay, let us move on to the next exercise. Okay children, read the next exercise. Write capital D and simple D. Okay, they have written it and they have shown it to you all how to write capital D and simple D. We are also learned at the very first how to write this capital D and simple D in a video tutorial, so it is easy for you all to write it now. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to complete these 2 lines writing capital D and simple D. Okay, let us see the next exercise. Okay students, what have they given here? Write capital D and simple D in the boxes. Okay, they have given you all empty boxes and the first one is done for you. Okay, they have written a capital D and a simple D as an example. What you have to do is you have to write them in the empty boxes and fill out these empty boxes. You have to write capital D in the first box and simple D in the second box. It is also an easy letter learning exercise. Okay, so let us move on to the next one. Okay, this exercise is a bit different one but a very interesting one. Okay, you have to identify simple D's in this picture. only the simple D. Okay, then you are going to color the simple D in red color. Okay, take your pencil color, red pencil color. Okay, use pencil colors, please don't use chalk colors in your book. Okay, so use pencil colors. Take the red pencil color and you are going to color only the simple D. Okay, now children, you know the letter simple D very well. Okay, here they have given in this picture, I can see B's, C's and also D. Okay, only you have to identify the D, simple D, and you have to color it out. Okay children, do it and enjoy. You will get a nice simple D at the very end. Okay, let us move on to the next exercise. Write the first letter. Okay, the first letter is missing. You have to write out the missing letter. Okay, so we have already learned these words before. Duck, drum, door, doll, desk. It is a new word. Okay, desk, dog. Okay, d sound. Okay, it comes with d sound. See, letter D is missing, I guess. Okay, so you are going to write this first letter. Okay, duck, drum, door, doll, desk and dog. Okay, there are 6 pictures given in this exercise. Okay, so you have to complete it writing the first letter. Okay, write it very neatly. Okay, so the final exercise is my picture dictionary exercise. So they have given you 4 boxes. One is already filled, so you are going to paste pictures or draw pictures and write their names, the words starting with letter D. Okay, so you have learned so many words starting with letter D. What you're going to do is you can draw very nicely and color it out and name the pictures, or you can either paste pictures and name it out. So these words are starting with letter D. Already they have given you an example. See, they have pasted a dog's picture and they have written it dog, dog. Okay, so what you are going to do is you can either paste or draw the pictures and name them. Okay, so children, I hope today's writing practice lesson was very interesting for y'all. I hope you have learned so many new words starting with letter D. Okay, hopefully let's meet in a new lesson. Until then, goodbye children. Bye bye.